日本時間5月20日、ホワイトソックスのデレク・ヒルが地元シカゴ放送局のインタビューに応じ、チームメイトの村上宗隆について語りました。ヒルといえば、18日のカブス戦でチームが延長戦の末にサヨナラ勝利を収めた際、村上と一緒にハイタッチを交わして喜ぶ姿が話題となっていました。インタビューでヒルは、村上の存在について、村上がチームの絆を10倍にしたと本当に思っている、とコメント。その言葉に込めた意味を説明しました。さらに、村上の人柄を称賛し、野球に対する情熱や日々の姿勢についても言及。グラウンド内外でチームに大きな影響を与えている存在として、村上への信頼を口にしました。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
What's it been like to be around the Mune mania?
Oh my God, I love that guy. He is elite. I truly think he has brought this team 10 times closer than if he was not on the team. I think he's kind of the glue guy. He keeps everything light, but you can see how much work and how much effort and how much passion he puts into the game. And it's pretty special. Just I'll go in there and watch him hit and just see how everything is just perfectly like meticulous and everything is just so dialed in. And you see that side, but you also see the funny side with Bass doing all the crazy wand stuff. So he's a great guy.
When you say 10 times closer, and he doesn't speak the language, I mean, he is speaking more now, but it's just it's his presence.
It's just his personality. And then Kenzo, the translator, I mean, they're a great team together. And it just keeps everything so light in the clubhouse. Even like when he has a down day, I mean, he'll go hit the cage afterwards to make sure that he's given 110% the next day. Like he doesn't miss anything. And I think that rubs off on everybody wanting to be their best selves rather than just, I mean, you see some teams just go through the motions and it's like, that's not what baseball is about. That's not what the fans deserve. And I think we're putting everything we have out on that field every single day.
What's revealing to me is that you guys will lose, say, 3 in a row or have a bad game. Like on Friday, it wasn't that bad of a game, but the score ended up being bad. And you were able to, if not flip a switch, but just come back and make the whatever losing streak it might be, whatever bad game it might be, it's minimized and you can turn that around pretty quick. And that sounds like a winning team to me.
Yeah, I think historically the last couple of years, I think the mentality is nowhere near what it is now. We expect to win every single night, no matter who's pitching, no matter what team's coming into town. We expect to win every single night. And I think that's probably a breath of fresh air for a lot of people sitting in the stands. But that doesn't take away from the fact of previous years' players. Everybody wants to do their best, but we expect to do our best every single night. And I think the front office, the staff, everybody wants that from us to come here, give 110%. And if you're going to fail aggressively.
Of course, you have, like, that's where the bullpen bar is. So White Sox fans are as close as they're ever going to be to PCA in that moment. And one lady in particular was giving them the business down there.
She really was.
She was giving them the business.
Down there. The patio is the grass level section beyond right center field. Gordon Eads, who is a incredibly respected veteran sports writer, now working for the Sun-Times, took the initiative to leave the press box and go to the patio out in right center.
Smart move.
And talk to what he calls the woman in white, where she and her friends were celebrating her engagement party.
To her Cub fan fiance, right?
Yep. She's a Sox fan.
Mixed marriage.
Cub fan fiance and a mixed marriage. Here's the quote that she gave to Gordon Eads. Quote, "Our goal the entire time that we planned this was we knew PCA was in center field, and we're going to heckle him at some point." She planned the engagement party for Cubs Sox so she could heckle PCA.
Strong hate.
Is what she said. And Pete hits the wall. He's sitting there, and he's sitting on the grass, and he said, "That was me processing the fact that I missed the ball." And that's when the woman in white gets up there, and she said, quote, right when he was up at the fence, were like, this is our prime opportunity, okay? So we just got to booing him. I said he sucked, and then he said words that I don't want to repeat. You shouldn't say to a woman. And then both my brothers were up there against the fence, too. And her fiance, he tried to calm me. But then he heard what PCA said to me, so he started booing Pete, too. So that's how that all went down. This woman went there with the expressed idea of going after PCA. I don't know about you, Lawrence. I say once you do that, if a player wants to talk back to you, you kind of get what's coming to you. A texter, I'm a female fan here. You don't get to heckle and be unladylike and then hide behind the fact that you're a woman when somebody says something nasty back to you. Just saying. That's just a texter.
Did anyone with the organization talk to you about this?
Yeah, a few people. We talked about how I wanted to address this, and I think they know my character as well, that was strictly just a heat of the moment kind of thing. As kind of corny as that sounds, it's real, and yeah, I regret my word choice for sure, and I think they know that.
Wow, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. All kidding aside, and I made a lot of jokes. We all made a lot of jokes as we're doing that. He's such a thoughtful young man, and clearly he heard from people within the organization, as he says, and some of the women in his life, and he's embarrassed and knows that he needs to be better. And
there's a lot there.
Yeah, we've heard from a lot of female fans via text saying he can jaw back, he can even drop an F-bomb, but he crossed the line with what he said. The phrasing of what he said and the request or the demand that's in there.
Correct. There would be a lot of people that would call it misogynoir and would also say that it belongs to our culture. Like that would be on the extreme of that, of like what that particular ask of that act along with the word at the end. But that's why I go back to the other part of it and say the same thing, where when we put those two words together, are we being mature adults? And the answer to that is no.
Yeah.
Are we being thoughtful adults?
It's interesting. I think this all relates to Pete, the ball player, as well, because I really do think that he thrives with negative input.
I do too.
That he likes getting angry and feeling disrespected and feeling that edge.
There's a difference, though. Like I think that even for anyone, there's a line between, and I imagine, and we'd have to have the conversation with Pete. I think that coming into that, like he was leaning in to the idea of, I've had these interactions with White Sox fans, and it's been fun and fine.
I had this exact conversation in the clubhouse with one of his teammates on Saturday about him responding well to negative input as a good thing, as a possible good thing. You know, in one of the games, Pete had a terrible bunt attempt. I think it was Friday night. He had a really odd bunt attempt where he went rogue, and it was bad and it was wrong. And then he got, I think he made an out on the bases after that. He got picked off. So he had like that. So he made a bad bunt attempt and a pickoff, and it was bad. And then he came up the next time and had the big RBI single, a little bit more locked in. And I was having the conversation with people on Saturday, like, when things go poorly, sometimes he rises up. So part of that psychology can be that you like when there's a little chaos. You like when there's a little drama. But you can't go over the line and embarrass yourself and your teammates and the women in your life when you do so.